In the shadows of our daily lives, there is a constant, silent struggle. This is the struggle against the unseen hands that seek to manipulate our thoughts, our emotions, our very essence. As we navigate the labyrinth of existence, we must ask ourselves, are we the masters of our fate, or are we mere puppets dancing to the tune of external influences? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy born in the stern embrace of reason and fortitude, offers us a beacon of light in this darkness. It teaches us the art of self-mastery, the power to remain unbroken in the face of manipulation. Let us embark on this journey together, guided by the wisdom of the Stoics, to reclaim our inner citadel from the clutches of those who seek to control us. Number 1, know thyself. The first thing to do, don't get worked up. For everything happens according to the nature of the whole, and in a little while you will be nobody and nowhere, even as are Hadrian and Augustus Marcus Aurelius. One of the most important lessons from Stoicism is to know thyself. This means we need to understand who we truly are deep inside. Self-awareness is the starting point of all Stoic practice. By understanding our true nature and desires, we gain the ability to recognize when external influences are trying to push us off our genuine path. Self-awareness helps us become steady and strong, unaffected by the changing opinions or pressures from others. Think of it as building a solid foundation within ourselves, a core that remains stable no matter what happens around us. When we know ourselves well, we are not easily swayed by the whims and manipulations of others. To start knowing ourselves, we must take time to reflect. This means spending quiet moments to think about our actions, our thoughts, and our feelings. We ask ourselves why we feel a certain way or why we act in a certain manner. Are we acting because we truly want to, or because we are influenced by someone else? This practice helps us uncover our true motivations and intentions. The philosopher Marcus Aurelius reminds us not to get too worked up about things. He says that everything happens according to a larger plan, and that in the grand scheme of things, our worries are small. Remembering this can help us stay calm and focused. Even powerful figures like the Roman emperors Hadrian and Augustus are now just memories, reminding us that our current struggles are temporary. By cultivating self-awareness, we gain control over our reactions and emotions. We learn to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. This control over our inner world makes us less vulnerable to external pressures. For example, if someone criticizes us, a strong sense of self helps us assess whether the criticism is valid rather than feeling automatically hurt or defensive. Knowing ourselves also involves understanding our values and what we stand for. When we are clear about our values, we can make decisions that align with them rather than being pulled in different directions by the opinions of others. This alignment with our values brings a sense of inner peace and confidence. A practical way to develop self-awareness is through journaling. Writing down our thoughts and experiences can help us see patterns in our behavior and understand our inner selves better. Another method is meditation or mindfulness practices, where we focus on being present and observing our thoughts without judgment. Number 2, master your emotions. He who is not a slave to riches or to fear or to lust or to anything else which assaults the mind or body is a King Seneca. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the mastery of our emotions. Emotions, if not controlled, can become chains that bind us to the will of others. They can cloud our judgment and lead us to act against our own best interests. By mastering our emotions, we gain the power to remain calm and composed, no matter what challenges we face. The philosopher Seneca tells us that true freedom comes from not being a slave to riches, fear, lust, or any other strong emotions that can overwhelm our minds and bodies. When we are ruled by our emotions, we lose our ability to think clearly and make wise decisions. By mastering our emotions, we take back control of our lives. Stoicism teaches us that we have the power to control our inner world. While we cannot always change what happens around us, we can choose how we respond. This means learning to rise above the turbulence of anger, fear, and desire. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can pause, reflect, and choose a more thoughtful response. To master our emotions, we first need to recognize and understand them. This involves being aware of how we feel in different situations and identifying the triggers that cause strong emotional reactions. Once we understand our emotions, we can start to manage them more effectively. One way to do this is through the practice of mindfulness. By staying present and observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we can create a space between the stimulus and our response. This helps us to act with intention rather than being driven by our immediate emotional reactions. Another important technique is cognitive reframing. This involves changing the way we think about a situation to alter our emotional response. For example, if someone insults us, instead of reacting with anger, we can choose to see it as an opportunity to practice patience and understanding. By changing our perspective, we can reduce the intensity of our emotions. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. Many of our emotional disturbances come from trying to control things that are beyond our power. By accepting that some things are out of our control, we can reduce unnecessary stress and anxiety. Additionally, practicing gratitude can help us maintain a positive outlook and keep our emotions in check. By regularly reflecting on the things we are grateful for, we can shift our focus away from negative emotions and cultivate a sense of contentment and peace. Number 3, embrace rationality. Man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them. Epictetus. One of the fundamental teachings of Stoicism is the importance of embracing rationality. Rationality acts as our sword and shield against the manipulations of the world. It empowers us to see things as they truly are, free from the distortions and illusions cast by others. By grounding ourselves in rational thought, we can remain steadfast and unshaken in our convictions. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, reminds us that it is not external events that disturb us, but rather our perceptions and interpretations of those events. This insight highlights the power of our minds in shaping our experiences. By changing our perceptions, we can change our emotional responses and reduce unnecessary suffering. Rationality involves viewing the world through the lens of reason. It means analyzing situations objectively and critically, rather than being driven by emotions or biases. When we embrace rationality, we strip away the layers of illusion and see things as they truly are. This clarity helps us make better decisions and protects us from being manipulated by others. To embrace rationality, we must practice critical thinking. This involves questioning our assumptions, examining evidence, and considering alternative perspectives. By doing so, we can develop a more accurate and balanced understanding of the world. Critical thinking helps us avoid jumping to conclusions and makes us less susceptible to deceit and manipulation. Another important aspect of rationality is recognizing the difference between what we can control and what we cannot. The Stoics teach us to focus our energy on things within our control, such as our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. By accepting that many aspects of life are beyond our control, we can avoid unnecessary frustration and anxiety. This acceptance allows us to approach life's challenges with a calm and rational mindset. Rationality also involves managing our emotions. While emotions are a natural part of being human, they can cloud our judgment and lead us astray if left unchecked. By using reason to evaluate our emotions, we can gain a better understanding of their causes and decide how best to respond. This helps us maintain composure and act in ways that align with our values and goals. Practicing mindfulness can aid in developing rationality. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment with an open and non-judgmental attitude. By being mindful, we can observe our thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them. This awareness helps us respond to situations with greater clarity and rationality. Number 4, distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot. Some things are up to us and some things are not. Epictetus. One of the most profound teachings of Stoicism is the concept of the dichotomy of control. This principle, articulated by the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, emphasizes the importance of distinguishing between what we can control and what we cannot. Understanding this distinction is crucial for achieving inner peace and resilience in the face of life's challenges. At the heart of this Stoic practice is the realization that we have control over our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes, but not over external events or the actions of others. By focusing our energy on what lies within our power, we can lead more effective and fulfilling lives. Conversely, by accepting with equanimity what we cannot control, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and frustration. To apply this principle, we must first identify what is within our control. Our thoughts, decisions, and responses to situations are entirely ours to manage. We can choose how to interpret events, how to react to challenges, and how to conduct ourselves in the world. This internal locus of control is where our true power lies. On the other hand, many aspects of life are beyond our control. These include the actions and opinions of others, the outcome of events, and various external circumstances. While we can influence some of these things to a degree, we cannot dictate their course. Recognizing this helps us avoid the futile struggle against forces we cannot change. By focusing on what we can control, we empower ourselves to make meaningful changes in our lives. For instance, instead of worrying about others' opinions, we can work on developing our own character and skills. Instead of lamenting the outcomes of uncontrollable events, we can concentrate on our responses and adapt as needed. This shift in focus allows us to channel our energy into areas where it can have the most impact. Accepting what we cannot control involves cultivating a sense of equanimity, a calm and balanced state of mind. This does not mean resigning ourselves to passivity, but rather acknowledging the limits of our influence and responding appropriately. By accepting the natural course of events, we reduce our emotional turmoil and find peace in the midst of uncertainty. Practicing the dichotomy of control can be transformative. It liberates us from the constant anxiety of trying to manage the unmanageable and empowers us to take charge of our own lives. This clarity helps us build resilience as we learn to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and composure. To internalize this principle, regular reflection and mindfulness are essential. We can begin each day by reminding ourselves of what we can and cannot control, setting our intentions accordingly. When faced with challenges, we can pause to assess where our influence lies and adjust our approach. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, guiding us through even the most difficult situations. Number 5, seek virtue above all. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. Seneca. In the philosophy of Stoicism, virtue is the highest good and the guiding star of a meaningful life. Stoics believe that by aligning our actions with virtue, we become truly unassailable. Virtue comprises 4 key components: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By embodying these virtues, we fortify ourselves against the influences and manipulations of others. Wisdom is the ability to discern what is true and right. It involves making decisions based on reason and understanding rather than on impulse or emotion. By seeking wisdom, we cultivate a clear and informed perspective on life. This clarity helps us navigate complex situations and avoid being misled by false appearances or deceit. Courage is the strength to face challenges and difficulties with resolve. It is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act rightly despite fear. Courage allows us to stand firm in our principles, even when it is difficult or unpopular. By developing courage, we protect ourselves from being swayed by threats, intimidation, or the fear of disapproval. Justice is the commitment to fairness and integrity. It involves treating others with respect and acting in ways that are right and just. Justice ensures that our actions contribute to the well-being of our community and reflect our highest ethical standards. When we live justly, we build trust and respect, making it difficult for manipulators to undermine us through dishonesty or exploitation. Temperance is the practice of self-control and moderation. It means regulating our desires and impulses to maintain balance and harmony in our lives. Temperance helps us resist the pull of excess and maintain our focus on what truly matters. By practicing temperance, we avoid the pitfalls of greed, lust, and other vices that can be exploited by those who seek to manipulate us. By aligning our actions with these virtues, we create a strong moral foundation that cannot be easily shaken. Manipulators often thrive on our vices and weaknesses. They exploit our desires for wealth, power, pleasure, or approval to bend us to their will. However, when we live virtuously, we deny them this leverage. Our commitment to wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance makes us resilient to their tactics. Living a virtuous life requires continual effort and reflection. It means regularly examining our actions and intentions to ensure they align with our values. It involves seeking knowledge, acting with bravery, upholding fairness, and exercising self-discipline. This constant striving for virtue strengthens our character and builds an inner fortitude that is impervious to external manipulation. Seneca reminds us that the true power of the mind lies in its ability to remain unconquerable. When we live virtuously, our minds become unassailable fortresses. We gain the strength to face adversity with grace and to remain steadfast in our convictions. This inner strength is not dependent on external circumstances, but arises from our unwavering commitment to virtue. Number 6, practice mindfulness and reflection. Let each thing you would do, say, or intend be like that of a dying person, Marcus Aurelius. In the teachings of Stoicism, mindfulness and reflection are essential practices for achieving clarity and strength. By being mindful and reflective, we anchor ourselves in the present moment, becoming acutely aware of our actions, thoughts, and the subtle influences around us. This awareness helps us ensure that our intentions remain pure and free from external manipulation. Mindfulness involves paying close attention to our current experiences without judgment. It means being fully present in each moment, noticing our thoughts and emotions as they arise. When we practice mindfulness, we develop the ability to observe our mental and emotional states without being swept away by them. This presence allows us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, urges us to live each moment as if it were our last. This perspective helps us focus on what truly matters and avoid getting caught up in trivial concerns. When we approach life with the awareness of its fleeting nature, we become more intentional with our actions and more appreciative of each moment. Daily reflection is another crucial aspect of Stoic practice. Reflection involves looking back on our day, examining our actions, thoughts, and intentions. This practice helps us identify areas where we may have been influenced by external forces or where our actions may have strayed from our values. Through reflection, we gain insights that allow us to improve and align ourselves more closely with our principles. By combining mindfulness and reflection, we create a powerful tool for personal growth and resilience. Mindfulness helps us stay grounded in the present, while reflection provides the opportunity to learn from our experiences. Together, these practices enable us to navigate life with greater clarity and purpose. To practice mindfulness, start by setting aside a few minutes each day to focus on your breath and observe your thoughts. Notice how your mind wanders and gently bring your attention back to your breath. Over time, this practice helps you become more aware of your mental patterns and more capable of staying present in everyday activities. For reflection, consider keeping a journal where you can write about your experiences and thoughts each day. Reflect on your actions, noting any instances where you felt particularly aligned or misaligned with your values. Ask yourself what you can learn from these moments and how you can apply these lessons moving forward. Mindfulness and reflection also protect us from manipulation. When we are mindful, we become more aware of the subtle influences and pressures from others. This awareness allows us to recognize when someone is trying to manipulate us and to respond with clarity and confidence. Reflection helps us evaluate these interactions and refine our strategies for maintaining our autonomy. Number 7. Cultivate inner peace. Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life. Seneca. Inner peace is the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, providing a sanctuary from the external chaos that often surrounds us. This peace is cultivated through meditation, reflection, and the practice of tranquility. By fostering a calm and resilient spirit, we can remain unshaken by the storms of manipulation and adversity that rage outside. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, urges us to live fully in each moment, treating each day as a separate life. This mindset encourages us to appreciate the present and to focus on what truly matters. By embracing this perspective, we can let go of past regrets and future anxieties, grounding ourselves in the here and now where true peace resides. To cultivate inner peace, we must first understand the sources of our inner turmoil. Much of our distress comes from our reactions to external events and our inability to control them. Stoicism teaches us to distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot, focusing our energy on our thoughts, actions, and attitudes rather than external circumstances. This shift in focus helps us maintain our inner equilibrium, regardless of what happens around us. Stoic meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating inner peace. This practice involves reflecting on our values, intentions, and the impermanence of life. By meditating on these concepts, we reinforce our commitment to living virtuously and remind ourselves of the fleeting nature of our troubles. Regular meditation helps us develop a mindset of tranquility, preparing us to face life's challenges with grace and composure. One effective meditation technique is to begin each day with a moment of reflection. Take a few minutes to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and center your mind. Reflect on your goals for the day and how you can live in accordance with your values. Consider the potential challenges you might face and visualize yourself responding to them with calm and wisdom. This practice sets a peaceful tone for the day and strengthens your resolve to maintain your inner peace. Tranquility, another key aspect of inner peace, involves cultivating a calm and steady mind. This means not allowing external events or the actions of others to disturb your inner state. Tranquility is achieved through the practice of detachment, not in the sense of indifference, but in maintaining a healthy distance from the things that do not align with our core values. By detaching from the chaos around us, we create a mental space where peace can flourish. To practice tranquility, it is helpful to identify and minimize sources of unnecessary stress. This might involve setting boundaries with people who disrupt your peace, simplifying your life, or developing healthier coping mechanisms for dealing with stress. Additionally, engaging in activities that promote relaxation and mindfulness, such as yoga, nature walks, or creative pursuits, can help reinforce a tranquil mindset. Number 8. Develop resilience. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. Seneca. Resilience, the ability to withstand and recover from adversity, is a fundamental aspect of Stoic philosophy. It is forged in the fires of challenges and difficulties, shaping us into stronger, more capable individuals. The Stoics teach us to welcome trials as opportunities to fortify our character, thereby making us less susceptible to the pressures and manipulations of the world. Seneca, a revered Stoic philosopher, reminds us that enduring hardships with a calm mind diminishes their power over us. By maintaining composure in the face of adversity, we strip misfortune of its ability to overwhelm us. This calmness is the essence of resilience, allowing us to navigate life's storms with grace and strength. To develop resilience, we must first embrace the idea that challenges are a natural part of life. Instead of fearing or avoiding difficulties, we should see them as valuable experiences that contribute to our growth. This perspective shift enables us to face adversity with a proactive mindset, looking for lessons and opportunities in each challenge. One practical way to build resilience is through the practice of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This Stoic exercise involves contemplating potential difficulties and misfortunes before they occur. By mentally preparing ourselves for possible challenges, we reduce the shock and emotional impact when they do arise. This preparation helps us respond more effectively and calmly. For example, before an important event, such as a job interview or a presentation, take a moment to consider what could go wrong. Imagine how you would handle these scenarios with composure and confidence. By visualizing yourself navigating potential setbacks, you build mental resilience and prepare yourself to remain steady under pressure. Another key aspect of resilience is self-discipline. Developing self-discipline strengthens our ability to stay focused and determined even in the face of difficulties. This involves setting goals, creating routines, and holding ourselves accountable. By cultivating self-discipline, we build the inner strength needed to persevere through challenging times. Physical exercise is also an effective way to build resilience. Engaging in regular physical activity not only strengthens our bodies but also our minds. Exercise teaches us to push through discomfort and maintain focus, building mental toughness that translates to other areas of life. Moreover, physical fitness enhances our overall well-being, making us more capable of handling stress and adversity. Resilience is also nurtured through community and support. Building strong relationships with family, friends, and mentors provides us with a network of support during tough times. Sharing our struggles and seeking advice from trusted individuals helps us gain perspective and feel less isolated. This sense of connection bolsters our resilience, reminding us that we are not alone in our challenges. Reflection is another vital practice for developing resilience. Taking time to reflect on past adversities and how we overcame them strengthens our confidence in our ability to handle future challenges. Journaling about these experiences can be particularly helpful as it allows us to process our thoughts and emotions, recognize our growth, and identify patterns in our responses to adversity. Number 9, embrace the wisdom of mortality. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. The Stoic philosophy encourages us to embrace the wisdom of our mortality, recognizing that the awareness of our limited time on earth brings clarity and purpose to our lives. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, reminds us that it is not death itself that we should fear, but rather the prospect of never truly living. The realization of our mortality serves as a powerful reminder of the fleeting nature of life. It urges us to live each day with intention and purpose, making the most of the time we have. When we acknowledge the inevitability of death, the trivial concerns and manipulations of others lose their grip on us. Instead, we are inspired to pursue our own path with courage and authenticity. Understanding the transience of life allows us to prioritize what truly matters to us. It encourages us to let go of petty grievances, grudges, and distractions, focusing instead on the things that bring us joy, fulfillment, and meaning. By embracing our mortality, we gain a newfound appreciation for the present moment and a sense of urgency to make the most of our time. The awareness of death also prompts us to reflect on our values and aspirations. It invites us to consider the legacy we wish to leave behind and the impact we want to have on the world. This reflection helps us align our actions with our deepest desires and values, guiding us towards a life of purpose and significance. Moreover, the contemplation of mortality fosters resilience and courage in the face of adversity. When we confront our mortality head-on, we recognize that life is too precious to be squandered on fear or hesitation. Instead, we find the strength to confront challenges with determination and fortitude, knowing that our time is limited and every moment counts. To embrace the wisdom of mortality, we must cultivate mindfulness and gratitude in our daily lives. We can start by pausing to appreciate the simple joys and beauty that surround us, recognizing the preciousness of each moment. We can also engage in practices such as meditation and reflection to deepen our understanding of our mortality and its implications for how we choose to live. Number 10, stand firm in your purpose. Do not act as if you had 10,000 years to throw away. Death stands at your elbow. Be good for something while you live, and it is in your power, Marcus Aurelius. In the tumultuous journey of life, a clear sense of purpose serves as our steadfast anchor. Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, reminds us of the urgency of our existence. With the specter of mortality ever present, he urges us to seize the opportunity to make a meaningful impact while we still can. A strong sense of purpose is our guiding light, illuminating the path ahead and keeping us grounded amidst life's storms. When we are rooted in our goals and values, the attempts of others to sway us lose their power. Like a sturdy ship in turbulent seas, we remain resolute in our mission, guided by an unwavering inner compass. To stand firm in our purpose, we must first clarify our goals and values. What is it that drives us? What do we hope to achieve? By reflecting on these questions, we gain clarity about our mission in life and the principles that guide our actions. Once we have identified our purpose, it is essential to remain committed to it, regardless of the challenges we may face. This requires courage and determination, as well as a willingness to stay true to our convictions, even in the face of opposition or adversity. Practicing mindfulness and self-awareness can also help us stay grounded in our purpose. By regularly checking in with ourselves and examining our motives and intentions, we ensure that our actions align with our values. This self-reflection allows us to course correct if we stray from our path and reinforces our commitment to our purpose. Furthermore, surrounding ourselves with like-minded individuals who share our values can provide invaluable support and encouragement on our journey. These individuals can serve as allies and mentors, helping us stay focused and motivated even when the road ahead seems daunting. In moments of doubt or uncertainty, it is essential to remind ourselves of the urgency of our existence. Life is fleeting, and none of us knows how much time we have left. With death standing at our elbow, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, we must make the most of every moment and strive to be good for something while we live. In this journey of self-mastery, we walk a path illuminated by the wisdom of the Stoics. Together we strive to fortify our minds, to guard our hearts, and to reclaim our autonomy from those who seek to manipulate us. Let us be the architects of our fate, the masters of our destiny. For in the end, it is not the external forces that define us, but the strength and clarity of our inner selves. In the stillness of the night, when silence envelops our thoughts, we often find ourselves confronting the essence of our being. It is in these moments that we seek the strength to master self-discipline, to cultivate a life of purpose and inner peace. Let us journey together, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, to uncover 10 principles that will lead us towards this noble goal. Number 1, embrace your power of choice. In life, we often encounter situations beyond our control. We cannot decide the weather, the actions of others, or many of the events that happen to us. However, we hold immense power in one crucial aspect: our response. This concept is at the heart of Stoic philosophy and was eloquently expressed by the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This principle teaches us that true power lies within our own minds and our reactions. When faced with challenges, it is easy to feel overwhelmed, angry, or defeated. Yet if we pause and reflect, we can choose a response that aligns with our values and goals. This act of choosing wisely is where we begin to master our emotions and strengthen our self-discipline. Imagine a situation where someone insults you. The immediate reaction might be to respond with anger or hurt, but as Epictetus suggests, we have the choice to react differently. We can choose to remain calm, to understand that the insult reflects the other person's state of mind, not our own worth. By choosing not to react with anger, we maintain our inner peace and control over the situation. This ability to choose our response is a powerful tool in developing self-discipline. Each time we face a challenge and choose our response wisely, we build our capacity for patience, resilience, and emotional control. Over time, these small acts of choosing build up, making us more disciplined and better equipped to handle life's adversities. Consider the story of a young athlete training for a marathon. She wakes up early every day to run, regardless of the weather. One morning she finds it is raining heavily. She cannot control the weather, but she can control her decision to run despite the rain. By choosing to stick to her training schedule, she demonstrates self-discipline and commitment to her goal. Her choice strengthens her resolve and prepares her for the marathon, not just physically but mentally as well. Similarly, in our everyday lives, we face numerous small decisions that test our discipline. Should we procrastinate or get our work done? Should we give in to unhealthy habits or stick to our health goals? Each decision is an opportunity to exercise our power of choice. By consistently choosing actions that align with our long-term goals, we cultivate self-discipline. The practice of embracing our power of choice also helps us manage stress and anxiety. When we understand that we cannot control everything but can control our reactions, we stop wasting energy on things beyond our influence. This focus on our own responses reduces stress and allows us to approach problems with a clearer, more composed mind. Number 2, focus on what you can control. In our daily lives, we encounter countless situations that are beyond our control. The unpredictability of the world can often lead to feelings of anxiety and helplessness. However, the wisdom of Stoic philosophy offers a powerful remedy for this focus solely on what you can control. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This principle invites us to shift our focus from the external world, which is full of uncertainties, to our internal world, where we have complete control. By concentrating on our own actions, thoughts, and attitudes, we can cultivate a sense of resilience and clarity that helps us navigate life's challenges. Imagine you are stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. You cannot control the traffic, the actions of other drivers, or the timing of traffic lights. These external factors are beyond your influence. However, you can control your reaction to the situation. You can choose to remain calm, use the time to listen to an informative podcast, or plan how you will handle the meeting once you arrive. By focusing on what you can control your response, you manage the situation with a clear mind and maintain your inner peace. This approach can be applied to many areas of life. For example, in relationships, we cannot control the actions or feelings of others, but we can control how we communicate and respond to them. At work, we might not have control over company decisions or market conditions, but we can control our effort, attitude, and how we handle our tasks. By focusing on what we can control, we also cultivate resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and adapt to changing circumstances. When we direct our energy towards actions and thoughts within our control, we become more adaptable and better equipped to handle adversity. This mindset reduces stress and increases our capacity to cope with challenges. Additionally, this Stoic principle helps us achieve clarity. When we stop worrying about things beyond our control, we free up mental space to think more clearly about our goals and priorities. This clarity enables us to make better decisions and take effective actions. For instance, if you are worried about a looming economic downturn, focusing on what you can control, such as saving money, improving your skills, and staying informed, will prepare you better than stressing over the economy, which is beyond your control. A practical way to implement this principle is to create a list of concerns and categorize them into 2 columns: within my control and beyond my control. This exercise helps visualize and prioritize where to direct your energy. For items within your control, plan actionable steps. For those beyond your control, practice letting go and focusing on how you can adapt to those circumstances. Number 3, practice deliberate delays. In the heat of the moment, emotions can surge, leading us to react impulsively. However, the wisdom of Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of practicing deliberate delays. As Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, wisely observed, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. By intentionally delaying our reactions, especially during times of emotional turmoil, we gain control over our impulses. This practice helps us develop patience and thoughtful responses, which are essential components of self-discipline. When we are faced with a situation that triggers strong emotions, our immediate reaction is often driven by those emotions rather than rational thought. This can lead to regrettable actions or words that may escalate the situation. By deliberately pausing and giving ourselves time to cool down, we create a space between the stimulus and our response. This space allows us to reflect on the most appropriate and constructive way to react. Consider a scenario where a colleague criticizes your work in front of others. Your initial reaction might be to defend yourself angrily or to criticize them in return. However, by practicing a deliberate delay, you take a moment to breathe and think. This pause enables you to respond calmly and constructively, perhaps by seeking to understand their perspective or by suggesting a private discussion to address the issue. Such a response not only prevents further conflict but also demonstrates your self-control and professionalism. This practice of delaying reactions can be applied to various aspects of life. For instance, in personal relationships, disagreements are inevitable. Reacting impulsively to a partner's criticism or frustration can lead to unnecessary arguments. By taking a deliberate pause, you give yourself time to consider their viewpoint and to respond with empathy and understanding. This approach fosters healthier and more respectful communication. Developing the habit of deliberate delays also enhances our patience. Patience is a virtue that allows us to endure difficult situations without becoming overwhelmed by frustration or anger. By regularly practicing delays, we train ourselves to remain calm and composed, even when faced with provocation. This patience is a key element of self-discipline, as it helps us maintain control over our actions and decisions. Furthermore, this practice leads to more thoughtful responses. When we take time to reflect, we are better able to evaluate the consequences of our actions and to choose responses that align with our values and goals. This thoughtful approach ensures that our reactions contribute positively to the situation rather than exacerbating it. For example, if you receive an upsetting email, taking time before responding allows you to craft a reply that addresses the issue effectively and professionally rather than reacting with immediate anger. Incorporating deliberate delays into our daily routine can be achieved through simple practices. For instance, when you feel a surge of emotion, take a few deep breaths and count to 10 before responding. This brief pause can make a significant difference in how you handle the situation. Another effective technique is to step away from the source of irritation, even if only for a few minutes, to give yourself time to calm down and think clearly. Number 4, contemplate mortality. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. We often get caught up in trivial concerns and forget to appreciate the present moment. The Stoic practice of memento mori, which involves reflecting on the inevitability of death, helps us focus on living purposefully and meaningfully. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, frequently reminded himself, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This awareness of our mortality imbues our actions with urgency and significance. Understanding that life is fleeting and uncertain can initially seem daunting, but it actually provides a profound clarity. When we remember that our time is limited, we become more mindful of how we spend our days. This contemplation encourages us to prioritize our values, goals, and relationships. It pushes us to make the most of each moment and to engage in activities that bring true fulfillment. For example, think about the time spent worrying about minor inconveniences or holding grudges. When viewed through the lens of mortality, these concerns often appear trivial. By contemplating our finite existence, we are inspired to let go of petty conflicts and focus on what truly matters, like building meaningful connections and pursuing our passions. Memento mori also reminds us to act with integrity and purpose. If we were to reflect on our actions with the knowledge that any day could be our last, we would likely strive to be our best selves. This practice fosters a sense of urgency to live authentically and align our actions with our deepest values. For instance, if you have been postponing a dream or neglecting an important relationship, remembering the fragility of life can motivate you to take action today, rather than waiting for a perfect future moment. Moreover, this Stoic principle encourages us to face challenges with courage and resilience. When we acknowledge that our time is limited, we become less afraid of failure or setbacks. Instead, we see each obstacle as an opportunity to grow and make the most of our remaining time. This mindset transforms our approach to adversity, making us more resilient and determined to overcome difficulties. A practical way to incorporate memento mori into your daily routine is to set aside a few moments each day to reflect on your mortality. This can be done through meditation, journaling, or simply pausing to consider the transient nature of life. By making this reflection a regular habit, you keep the urgency and significance of your actions at the forefront of your mind. Additionally, this contemplation can enhance our gratitude for the present moment. Recognizing that each day is a gift, we become more appreciative of the small joys and experiences that life offers. This gratitude fosters a positive outlook and enriches our daily lives, making even ordinary moments feel extraordinary. Number 5, cultivate inner riches. In a world that often equates wealth with material possessions, the Stoic philosophy offers a different perspective on true wealth. According to Stoic thought, genuine wealth is found within ourselves. Socrates, a precursor to Stoic thinking, warned, "He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have." This wisdom highlights the importance of cultivating inner riches over material desires. Detaching from the relentless pursuit of material goods frees us to focus on more enduring and meaningful aspects of life. When we shift our attention from accumulating external wealth to developing inner virtues, we begin to appreciate the true essence of contentment and fulfillment. This inner wealth includes qualities such as wisdom, courage, self-discipline, and compassion. Wisdom, one of the core virtues in Stoicism, involves understanding the nature of life and making sound judgments. It encourages us to seek knowledge and truth, helping us navigate the complexities of life with clarity and insight. By prioritizing wisdom, we make decisions that lead to a more meaningful and balanced existence. Courage is another vital inner virtue. It is not merely the absence of fear, but the ability to confront and overcome it. Stoic courage involves facing challenges head-on, accepting the uncertainties of life, and taking action despite our fears. By cultivating courage, we build resilience and strength, enabling us to endure hardships and grow from them. Self-discipline is essential for mastering our desires and impulses. It allows us to control our actions and make choices that align with our values and long-term goals. By practicing self-discipline, we resist the temptations of instant gratification and focus on what truly matters. This leads to a more structured and purposeful life. Compassion, often overlooked in discussions of wealth, is a profound inner richness. It involves empathy and kindness towards others, fostering deep and meaningful relationships. By cultivating compassion, we connect with others on a fundamental level, enriching our lives and theirs. Detaching from material desires also helps us appreciate the simple pleasures and experiences that life offers. Instead of constantly striving for more possessions, we find joy in moments of connection, the beauty of nature, and the satisfaction of personal growth. This shift in focus reduces stress and anxiety, leading to a more peaceful and contented life. One practical way to cultivate inner riches is through daily reflection and gratitude. Take time each day to reflect on what you are grateful for, focusing on non-material aspects of your life. This practice helps you recognize the abundance of inner wealth you already possess and encourages you to nurture it further. Another approach is to engage in activities that promote personal growth and self-improvement. Reading philosophical texts, practicing mindfulness, and engaging in meaningful conversations can all contribute to the development of inner virtues. By investing time and energy into these practices, you enrich your inner life and build a foundation of true wealth. Number 6. Accept impermanence. In the ebb and flow of life, one undeniable truth stands out: everything is impermanent. This fundamental aspect of existence can be unsettling, yet the Stoic philosophy teaches us to embrace impermanence as an essential part of the human experience. As Epictetus wisely advised, everything has two handles, one by which it may be borne, another by which it cannot. By accepting the transient nature of life, we learn to cherish the present moment and navigate its changes with grace and resilience. Impermanence surrounds us in various forms. Relationships evolve, careers fluctuate, and circumstances shift. Rather than resisting these changes, Stoicism encourages us to acknowledge them and find strength in their acceptance. This does not mean passively resigning ourselves to fate, but rather embracing life's fluidity with open arms. When we accept impermanence, we learn to appreciate the beauty of each passing moment. Instead of clinging to the past or anxiously anticipating the future, we focus on fully experiencing the present. This mindfulness allows us to savor life's simple pleasures, cultivate gratitude, and find joy in the fleeting moments that make up our existence. Moreover, accepting impermanence strengthens our resilience in the face of adversity. When confronted with challenges or setbacks, we recognize that they too shall pass. This perspective fosters a sense of inner peace and empowers us to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with equanimity. Rather than being overwhelmed by change, we adapt and grow stronger in its wake. Practicing acceptance of impermanence also frees us from the burden of attachment. Stoicism teaches us to value things for what they are in the present moment, rather than becoming attached to their permanence. By relinquishing our attachment to outcomes and possessions, we cultivate a sense of inner freedom and detachment. This liberation allows us to approach life with greater flexibility and openness. A practical way to embrace impermanence is through the practice of mindfulness meditation. By observing our thoughts and sensations without judgment, we learn to experience the present moment fully and let go of attachments to the past or future. This mindfulness practice cultivates a sense of acceptance and equanimity that helps us navigate life's changes with greater ease. Additionally, Stoic practices such as journaling and reflection can help us cultivate acceptance of impermanence. By regularly reflecting on the transient nature of life and our own experiences, we develop a deeper understanding of impermanence and its role in shaping our lives. This reflection fosters wisdom and resilience, empowering us to face life's uncertainties with courage and grace. Number 7. Seek wisdom relentlessly. In the quest for a fulfilling and meaningful life, the Stoic philosophy places great emphasis on the relentless pursuit of wisdom. As Seneca, a revered Stoic philosopher, urged, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This timeless advice reminds us that the pursuit of wisdom is not a destination, but rather a lifelong journey. By continually seeking knowledge and understanding, we sharpen our minds and fortify our self-discipline. Wisdom in Stoic terms is not merely the accumulation of facts or information, but rather a deeper understanding of the nature of life and the human condition. It involves discerning what is truly important and living in accordance with our highest values and principles. This pursuit of wisdom requires humility, curiosity, and a willingness to question our assumptions and beliefs. One of the most powerful ways to seek wisdom is through the practice of lifelong learning. This involves actively engaging with ideas, experiences, and perspectives that challenge and expand our understanding of the world. Whether through reading philosophical texts, attending lectures, or engaging in meaningful conversations, every opportunity to learn is an opportunity to grow. Furthermore, seeking wisdom requires self-reflection and introspection. By examining our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with honesty and clarity, we gain insights into ourselves and the world around us. This process of self-discovery helps us identify areas for growth and cultivate virtues such as self-awareness, humility, and resilience. Another essential aspect of seeking wisdom is cultivating a growth mindset. This mindset, as championed by Stoic philosophy, involves embracing challenges and setbacks as opportunities for learning and growth. Rather than viewing failure as a reflection of our abilities, we see it as a natural part of the learning process. This attitude empowers us to persevere in the face of adversity and to approach life with curiosity and enthusiasm. Moreover, seeking wisdom involves learning from the wisdom of others. Whether through studying the teachings of ancient philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus or seeking guidance from mentors and role models, we can draw inspiration and insight from those who have walked the path before us. Their wisdom can illuminate our own journey and provide valuable guidance in navigating life's challenges. Number 8. Practice gratefulness. In the pursuit of inner peace and contentment, the Stoic philosophy advocates for the practice of gratefulness as a powerful tool. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive." This timeless wisdom reminds us of the transformative power of gratitude in cultivating a mindset of abundance and maintaining inner peace. Gratitude is the practice of consciously acknowledging and appreciating the blessings in our lives, both big and small. Rather than focusing on what we lack or what could be better, gratitude shifts our attention to the abundance that already exists around us. It encourages us to recognize the beauty and goodness present in each moment, regardless of our circumstances. One of the most profound benefits of practicing gratitude is its ability to cultivate inner peace. When we take the time to reflect on the things we are grateful for, we create a sense of contentment and fulfillment within ourselves. This inner peace acts as a sanctuary amidst life's challenges, providing a source of strength and resilience. Moreover, gratitude fosters a mindset of abundance. Instead of approaching life with a sense of scarcity and longing, we see the richness and abundance that surrounds us. This perspective shift allows us to appreciate the simple joys and blessings that often go unnoticed, from a warm embrace to a beautiful sunset. The practice of gratitude is not limited to grand gestures or extraordinary experiences. It can be found in the everyday moments of life, from the laughter of loved ones to the scent of freshly brewed coffee. By cultivating a habit of gratitude, we train ourselves to find beauty and joy in the ordinary, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Furthermore, gratitude has a ripple effect that extends beyond ourselves. When we express gratitude towards others, whether through a heartfelt thank you or a kind gesture, we create connections and foster a sense of belonging and appreciation. This acts as a catalyst for positive change, strengthening relationships and building a more compassionate and harmonious community. Incorporating gratitude into our daily lives can be as simple as keeping a gratitude journal, where we write down 3 things we are thankful for each day. This practice helps us cultivate a habit of gratitude and trains our minds to focus on the positive aspects of life. Additionally, taking a moment each morning or evening to reflect on the blessings in our lives can set a positive tone for the day ahead or help us unwind and find peace before bed. Number 9. Maintain humility. In the journey of self-improvement and growth, the Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of maintaining humility as a guiding principle. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, reflected, "There is no easy way from the earth to the stars." This insightful observation reminds us of the value of humility in keeping us grounded and open to learning from others. Humility is the quality of recognizing our own limitations and imperfections. It involves acknowledging that we do not have all the answers and that there is always room for growth and improvement. By embracing humility, we cultivate a mindset of openness and receptivity to new ideas, experiences, and perspectives. One of the key benefits of practicing humility is its ability to foster genuine connections with others. When we approach interactions with humility, we create an atmosphere of mutual respect and understanding. Instead of asserting our superiority or seeking validation, we listen attentively to others and value their contributions. This fosters a sense of camaraderie and collaboration, enriching both our personal and professional relationships. Moreover, humility serves as a safeguard against arrogance and hubris. By acknowledging our own limitations, we guard against the dangers of overconfidence and complacency. This awareness keeps us humble and grounded, preventing us from becoming stagnant or closed-minded. Humility also plays a crucial role in personal growth and development. When we humbly accept feedback and constructive criticism, we create opportunities for learning and self-improvement. Rather than being defensive or resistant to change, we embrace feedback as a valuable tool for growth. This humility enables us to continuously evolve and become the best versions of ourselves. Additionally, practicing humility allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. When we accept our own limitations, we approach obstacles with humility and perseverance. Instead of being discouraged by setbacks or failures, we view them as opportunities for learning and growth. This resilience empowers us to overcome adversity and emerge stronger and more resilient than before. A practical way to cultivate humility is through self-reflection and introspection. Take time to examine your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with honesty and humility. Recognize areas where you may have room for improvement and be open to feedback from others. By embracing humility as a lifelong practice, you foster a mindset of growth and openness that enriches every aspect of your life. Number 10. Live in accordance with nature. As we delve into the depths of Stoic philosophy, one principle stands out as paramount: living in accordance with nature. This foundational concept entails aligning our actions with reason and virtue, harmonizing our lives with the natural order of the universe. Epictetus, a revered Stoic philosopher, encapsulated this idea succinctly: first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Living in accordance with nature involves recognizing and embracing our inherent connection to the cosmos. It requires us to acknowledge that we are part of a larger whole, governed by universal principles and laws. By aligning our thoughts, behaviors, and aspirations with these principles, we strive to live in harmony with the world around us. Central to this principle is the notion of reason as our guiding force. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate rationality and clarity of thought, enabling us to discern what is truly valuable and meaningful in life. By prioritizing reason over emotion, we make decisions that are aligned with our highest ideals and principles, fostering inner peace and integrity. Moreover, living in accordance with nature entails practicing virtue in all aspects of our lives. Virtue in Stoic philosophy encompasses qualities such as wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. By cultivating these virtues, we strive to become the best versions of ourselves, contributing to the well-being of society and the world at large. Living in harmony with nature also involves embracing the inevitability of change and impermanence. Stoicism teaches us to accept the natural cycles of life and to adapt gracefully to life's fluctuations. Rather than resisting or fearing change, we approach it with equanimity and resilience, knowing that it is an inherent part of the human experience. One practical way to live in accordance with nature is through mindfulness and present moment awareness. By grounding ourselves in the here and now, we cultivate a deep appreciation for the beauty and wonder of life as it unfolds moment by moment. This mindfulness helps us to make conscious choices that are in alignment with our values and principles, leading to a more purposeful and fulfilling existence. Additionally, living in accordance with nature involves cultivating a sense of gratitude and reverence for the natural world. By connecting with the earth and its ecosystems, we develop a profound appreciation for the interconnectedness of all living beings. This connection fosters a sense of stewardship and responsibility towards the environment, inspiring us to live sustainably and in harmony with the planet. As we walk this path together, let us draw from the deep well of Stoic wisdom. By mastering self-discipline, we find not only personal strength but also an unwavering tranquility that guides us through life's storms. In the silence of our hearts, let us discover the true essence of our strength and the enduring peace of a life well lived. In the silence of our hearts and the chaos of our minds, we often seek a path that leads to inner strength and unwavering tranquility. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers us a guiding light. Through the wisdom of Stoic researchers, legends, and philosophers, we uncover principles that promise to transform our lives profoundly and immediately. Together, let us delve into these principles, embracing the journey of self-control and fortitude. Number 1. Embrace the power of choice. Life is full of unpredictable events. We often find ourselves in situations we did not plan for, dealing with circumstances beyond our control. However, according to the teachings of the ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus, there is one thing we always have control over: our response. Epictetus famously said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This simple yet profound idea is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and a powerful tool for living a fulfilling life. When faced with challenges, our initial reaction might be frustration, anger, or sadness. These emotions are natural, but if we let them control us, they can lead to poor decisions and prolonged suffering. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to pause and consider our response carefully. By doing so, we not only manage our emotions better, but also strengthen our self-discipline. Imagine you are stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. Your initial reaction might be anger or anxiety. You might feel the urge to honk your horn or curse the traffic. But what good would that do? The traffic won't move any faster because of your frustration. Instead, take a deep breath and remind yourself that you cannot control the traffic, but you can control how you react to it. Perhaps use the time to listen to an interesting podcast or practice deep breathing exercises. By choosing a calm and constructive response, you turn a stressful situation into a moment of personal growth. This principle applies to more significant life challenges as well. Suppose you lose your job unexpectedly. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and fall into despair. But remember Epictetus's wisdom: you cannot change the fact that you lost your job, but you can choose how to respond. You can use this opportunity to explore new career paths, learn new skills, or even start a business. By focusing on what you can control, you transform a setback into a stepping stone. Choosing our reactions wisely also helps us master our emotions. Emotions like anger, fear, and jealousy are powerful and can easily take over our lives if left unchecked. However, by consciously deciding how to respond to situations that trigger these emotions, we can keep them in check. This doesn't mean suppressing our feelings, but rather acknowledging them and then choosing a response that aligns with our values and long-term goals. For instance, if someone insults you, your first impulse might be to insult them back, but reacting in anger often escalates the situation and leaves you feeling worse. Instead, try to understand why the person might have said something hurtful. Perhaps they are going through a tough time themselves. Responding with kindness or simply not engaging can diffuse the situation and leave you feeling more in control. By embracing the power of choice, we also build our self-discipline. Each time we choose a thoughtful response over a knee-jerk reaction, we strengthen our ability to control our impulses. This self-discipline then extends to other areas of our lives, helping us make better decisions, maintain healthier habits, and achieve our goals. Number 2, focus on what you can control. Life is unpredictable. We often face situations that are beyond our control. However, the ancient Stoics taught a powerful way to handle this uncertainty: focus on what you can control. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. This idea is central to Stoicism and can help us live a more balanced and peaceful life. When we worry about things we cannot change, we waste our energy and create unnecessary stress. For example, we can't control the weather, the actions of others, or random events, but we can control how we respond to these situations. By focusing on our own thoughts and actions, we can navigate life's challenges with more clarity and resilience. Imagine you are preparing for an important exam. You cannot control the questions that will appear or the exact conditions on exam day. Worrying about these things will only increase your anxiety. Instead, focus on what you can control: your study habits, your understanding of the material, and your mindset. By doing so, you prepare yourself as best as possible and reduce unnecessary stress. This principle can be applied to many aspects of life. In relationships, for example, we can't control how others behave, but we can control how we react. If someone is rude to you, you can't change their behavior, but you can choose to respond with kindness and patience. This not only helps maintain your peace of mind, but can also diffuse a potentially negative situation. Focusing on what you can control also means accepting that some things are simply beyond your influence. This acceptance can bring a sense of peace. For instance, during a job search, you can't control the job market or the decisions of hiring managers. But you can control how you present yourself, the effort you put into your applications, and your continued self-improvement. By focusing on these aspects, you remain proactive and positive. In the realm of personal development, this Stoic principle encourages us to take responsibility for our own growth. We can't always control external circumstances, but we can control our attitudes and efforts. This mindset shift is empowering. It reminds us that we are in charge of our own destiny to a great extent. By concentrating on our own actions and thoughts, we can continually improve ourselves and our situations. Let's consider a common scenario: dealing with criticism. Criticism can feel like a personal attack, and our instinct might be to get defensive. But remember, you can't control what others say or think about you. What you can control is how you react. Instead of letting criticism upset you, use it as a learning opportunity. Reflect on whether there is any truth in it and how you can improve. By doing this, you turn a potentially negative experience into a positive one. In the workplace, this principle can be particularly useful. Projects might get delayed, colleagues might not meet expectations, and unforeseen challenges can arise. Instead of getting frustrated by these external factors, focus on what you can control: your work ethic, your problem-solving abilities, and your attitude. This approach not only makes you more resilient, but also sets a positive example for others. Number 3, practice deliberate delays. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay. This wisdom teaches us the importance of taking a moment before reacting, especially when emotions are running high." By intentionally delaying our responses during emotional turmoil, we gain better control over our impulses. This practice not only helps us manage our emotions, but also fosters patience and thoughtful responses, which are key components of self-discipline. Imagine a situation where someone cuts you off in traffic. Your immediate reaction might be to honk your horn, yell, or make a rude gesture. This impulsive response is driven by anger and frustration. However, if you take a moment to delay your reaction, you give yourself time to calm down and consider the situation more rationally. You might realize that reacting angrily won't change what happened and will only increase your stress. By choosing to delay your reaction, you maintain your composure and avoid unnecessary conflict. This principle can be applied to many aspects of life. In our personal relationships, for example, misunderstandings and disagreements are inevitable. When a friend or family member says something hurtful, our instinct might be to snap back with a hurtful comment of our own. But if we take Seneca's advice and delay our response, we allow ourselves time to cool down and think about the situation. We might recognize that the other person didn't intend to hurt us, or that they are going through their own struggles. By responding with patience and understanding, we strengthen our relationships and avoid unnecessary arguments. In the workplace, practicing deliberate delays can be particularly beneficial. Imagine receiving a critical email from a colleague or boss. Your initial reaction might be defensive or angry, and you might feel tempted to respond immediately with a harsh reply. However, if you take a moment to delay your response, you can draft a more measured and professional reply. This not only helps to maintain a positive work environment, but also demonstrates your ability to handle criticism and conflict with grace. Practicing deliberate delays also helps us in making better decisions. When faced with a difficult choice, our emotions can cloud our judgment and lead us to make impulsive decisions that we might later regret. By taking the time to delay our decision-making process, we allow ourselves to consider all options and potential consequences more thoroughly. This leads to wiser and more thoughtful choices. One way to incorporate deliberate delays into our daily lives is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages us to be present in the moment and to observe our thoughts and emotions without immediately reacting to them. When we feel anger or frustration rising, we can take a few deep breaths and remind ourselves to delay our response. This simple practice can help us regain control over our emotions and respond more thoughtfully. Another helpful technique is to count to 10 before reacting. This brief pause can make a significant difference in how we handle stressful situations. By counting to 10, we give ourselves time to calm down and think more clearly, reducing the likelihood of impulsive reactions. Number 4. Contemplate mortality. The Stoic practice of memento mori, which means remember you will die, encourages us to reflect on the inevitability of death. This may seem morbid at first glance, but it serves a profound purpose in sharpening our focus on living purposefully. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, often reminded himself, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This awareness of life's fleeting nature imbues our actions with urgency and significance. By contemplating mortality, we are reminded that our time on earth is limited. This realization can be a powerful motivator to live each day to its fullest. It encourages us to prioritize what truly matters, to pursue our passions, and to spend our time wisely. When we recognize that life is short, we become more mindful of our choices and actions. We are less likely to waste time on trivial matters and more inclined to focus on meaningful pursuits. This practice also helps us to appreciate the present moment. In our busy lives, it is easy to get caught up in future plans or past regrets. However, by reflecting on our mortality, we are reminded to savor the here and now. Every moment becomes precious, and we begin to find joy in the simple things: a beautiful sunset, a heartfelt conversation, or a quiet walk in nature. This mindfulness can lead to a deeper sense of contentment and fulfillment. Contemplating mortality also encourages us to let go of grudges and resentments. Life is too short to hold on to negativity and bitterness. By remembering that our time is limited, we are more likely to forgive others and move on from past hurts. This not only improves our relationships, but also enhances our own inner peace and happiness. Moreover, this practice can inspire us to act with integrity and compassion. When we are aware that our days are numbered, we become more conscious of the legacy we are leaving behind. We strive to be kind, honest, and virtuous, knowing that our actions impact not only ourselves but also those around us. We seek to make a positive difference in the world, however small it may be. In the face of challenges and adversities, contemplating mortality can also provide us with courage and resilience. When we accept that death is a natural part of life, we become less fearful of it. This acceptance can empower us to take risks, to stand up for what we believe in, and to face difficulties with grace and fortitude. We understand that setbacks and failures are temporary, and that what truly matters is how we respond to them. To incorporate this practice into our daily lives, we can start by setting aside a few moments each day to reflect on our mortality. We can meditate on the fact that our time is limited and consider how we want to live our lives. Journaling can also be a helpful tool, allowing us to explore our thoughts and feelings about death and life. Additionally, reading Stoic texts and reflecting on the wisdom of philosophers like Marcus Aurelius can provide further insights and inspiration. Number 5. Cultivate inner riches. True wealth, according to Stoic thought, is not measured by material possessions but by the richness of our inner lives. Socrates, a philosopher who greatly influenced Stoicism, wisely warned, "He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have." This profound insight encourages us to look beyond the superficial allure of material wealth and focus on cultivating inner virtues such as wisdom, courage, and contentment. In our modern world, the pursuit of material success often overshadows the importance of inner growth. We are bombarded with messages that equate happiness with having more money, more possessions, more status. However, the Stoics remind us that this endless chase can lead to dissatisfaction and emptiness. True fulfillment comes from within, from developing a rich inner life that is not dependent on external circumstances. By detaching from material desires, we free ourselves to pursue what truly matters. Wisdom is one of the highest virtues in Stoic philosophy. It involves understanding the nature of the world, recognizing the limits of our control, and making thoughtful decisions based on reason and virtue. Cultivating wisdom allows us to navigate life's challenges with clarity and resilience, ensuring that we act in ways that are consistent with our values. Courage is another essential virtue. It is the strength to face adversity with grace and determination. By focusing on inner riches, we develop the courage to stand up for what is right, to confront our fears, and to persevere in the face of difficulties. This inner strength is far more valuable than any material possession, as it empowers us to lead lives of integrity and purpose. This contentment is also crucial. When we are content with what we have, we find peace and satisfaction in the present moment. This does not mean we lack ambition or desire for improvement, but rather that we appreciate the journey and recognize the abundance already present in our lives. As Epictetus taught, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. By reducing our desires, we eliminate the constant yearning for more and find joy in what is already ours. To cultivate inner riches, we can start by practicing gratitude. Regularly reflecting on the blessings in our lives helps us shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. Journaling about things we are grateful for can deepen this practice and reinforce a mindset of abundance. Mindfulness and meditation are also powerful tools. By spending time in quiet contemplation, we connect with our inner selves and develop a deeper understanding of our thoughts and emotions. This practice helps us detach from external distractions and fosters a sense of inner peace and clarity. Engaging in lifelong learning is another way to enrich our inner lives. Reading, studying philosophy, and seeking knowledge broadens our perspectives and sharpens our minds. The pursuit of wisdom is a never-ending journey that continually enhances our inner wealth. Finally, building meaningful relationships based on mutual respect and understanding adds to our inner riches. Surrounding ourselves with supportive, like-minded individuals encourages personal growth and provides a sense of community and belonging. Number 6, accept impermanence. Everything in life is transient. By accepting this, we learn to cherish the present moment. Epictetus advised everything has two handles, one by which it may be borne, another by which it cannot choose to bear life's changes gracefully, strengthening your resolve. In the ever-changing landscape of life, nothing remains constant. Our circumstances, relationships, and even our own emotions are in a constant state of flux. The Stoics teach us that recognizing and accepting the impermanence of all things is crucial to living a balanced and fulfilling life. By embracing the transient nature of existence, we learn to appreciate the present moment and build resilience in the face of life's inevitable changes. One of the most profound teachings of Epictetus is the idea that every situation can be approached in two ways, one that burdens us and one that liberates us. Everything has two handles, one by which it may be borne, another by which it cannot. This wisdom encourages us to choose the handle that allows us to carry life's challenges with grace and strength. Accepting impermanence helps us to let go of our attachment to outcomes. When we cling to the idea that things must remain the same, we set ourselves up for disappointment and suffering. Instead, by acknowledging that change is a natural part of life, we can navigate transitions with greater ease and less resistance. This mindset not only reduces our anxiety but also enables us to respond to new circumstances with flexibility and adaptability. Cherishing the present moment becomes more meaningful when we accept that it is fleeting. The beauty of a sunset, the joy of a shared laugh, the satisfaction of a job well done, all these experiences are temporary. By fully immersing ourselves in these moments, we enrich our lives with a deeper sense of gratitude and fulfillment. This practice aligns with the Stoic emphasis on mindfulness and being fully present in the here and now. Furthermore, accepting impermanence fosters a sense of humility. We come to understand that our time is limited and that we are just one part of a much larger, ever-evolving universe. This perspective can inspire us to live with greater purpose and to focus on what truly matters. It can motivate us to cultivate virtues such as wisdom, courage, and compassion, which leave a lasting impact even as the details of our lives change. The awareness of life's transience also encourages us to approach our relationships with greater care and presence. Knowing that our time with loved ones is not infinite, we can prioritize meaningful connections and express our appreciation for those we hold dear. This understanding can transform how we interact with others, fostering deeper bonds and reducing conflicts born from trivial matters. Practicing acceptance of impermanence also involves facing our own mortality. The Stoic practice of memento mori, or reflecting on death, is a powerful tool for this. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. By keeping the brevity of life in mind, we are inspired to live authentically and with intention, making choices that align with our deepest values. Number 7. Seek wisdom relentlessly. Seneca urged, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. The pursuit of wisdom is a lifelong journey. By continually seeking knowledge and understanding, we sharpen our minds and fortify our self-discipline. In the journey of life, the quest for wisdom stands as one of the most noble and enduring pursuits. The Stoics believed that wisdom is not a destination, but a continuous path we tread, filled with learning, reflection, and growth. Seneca's timeless advice reminds us that our education does not end with formal schooling. It is an ongoing process that enriches our lives and molds our character. The relentless pursuit of wisdom involves a deep commitment to learning and self-improvement. It requires us to remain curious, open-minded, and willing to expand our horizons. This does not only mean acquiring knowledge from books or formal education, but also learning from our experiences, interactions, and the world around us. Every situation, whether challenging or rewarding, holds lessons that contribute to our understanding of how to live well. By seeking wisdom, we develop the ability to make sound judgments and navigate life's complexities with greater ease. This wisdom helps us distinguish between what is within our control and what is not, a fundamental Stoic principle. Marcus Aurelius, a philosopher king, emphasized the importance of focusing on our thoughts and actions rather than external events, stating, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Wisdom allows us to apply this understanding practically, guiding us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Moreover, the pursuit of wisdom cultivates self-discipline. As we strive to learn and grow, we inevitably encounter obstacles and setbacks. These challenges test our patience and resolve, teaching us to persevere and remain steadfast in our goals. By embracing these difficulties as opportunities for growth, we strengthen our character and build resilience. This aligns with Seneca's belief that adversity plays a crucial role in shaping who we are and fostering our inner strength. Wisdom also fosters humility. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we do not know. This awareness keeps us grounded, reminding us that we are always students of life. It encourages us to listen, observe, and seek guidance from others, recognizing that every person we encounter has something to teach us. This mindset not only enhances our knowledge but also deepens our empathy and connection with others. Furthermore, seeking wisdom relentlessly helps us align our lives with our values. It enables us to live authentically and with integrity, making decisions that reflect our true selves. As we gain clarity about our principles and priorities, we become more intentional in our actions, striving to live in accordance with our highest ideals. This alignment brings a profound sense of fulfillment and purpose as we are guided by our inner moral compass. In the words of Epictetus, he who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. The pursuit of wisdom teaches us to find contentment within ourselves rather than in external possessions or achievements. It encourages us to cultivate inner virtues such as patience, courage, and kindness, which are the true measures of a well-lived life. Number 8. Practice gratefulness. Gratitude is a powerful practice that can profoundly impact our well-being and outlook on life. It is not merely a polite gesture or fleeting feeling, but a transformative tool rooted in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, emphasized the importance of gratitude in his writings, urging us to reflect on the privilege of being alive each day. This sentiment captures the essence of how gratitude can shape our inner peace and resilience. At its core, gratitude involves focusing our attention on the positive aspects of our lives rather than dwelling on what we lack. It is about cultivating a mindset of abundance and appreciation for the blessings, big and small, that enrich our daily experiences. When we practice gratitude, we shift our perspective from scarcity to sufficiency, recognizing the inherent value in our present circumstances. Marcus Aurelius' quote serves as a gentle reminder to start each day with a sense of gratitude. By consciously acknowledging the gift of life, we set a positive tone for the hours ahead. This practice helps us to approach challenges with resilience and optimism, knowing that even amidst difficulties there are reasons to be thankful. Moreover, gratitude fosters inner peace by grounding us in the present moment. In the fast-paced world we live in, it is easy to become caught up in striving for more or comparing ourselves to others. Gratitude acts as an antidote to these tendencies, encouraging us to pause and appreciate the richness of our lives as they are. This mindfulness cultivates a sense of contentment and fulfillment, independent of external circumstances. Stoic philosophy teaches that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in cultivating virtues such as gratitude. When we practice gratitude, we strengthen our character and enhance our emotional well-being. It deepens our connection to ourselves and others, fostering empathy and compassion in our interactions. Furthermore, gratitude serves as a powerful tool for managing stress and anxiety. Research has shown that individuals who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress and greater emotional resilience. By focusing on what we are grateful for, we redirect our attention away from worries and fears, promoting a sense of calm and serenity. In practical terms, cultivating gratitude can be integrated into our daily routines through simple practices such as keeping a gratitude journal where we write down things we are thankful for each day. This exercise helps us to actively notice and appreciate the positive aspects of our lives, no matter how small they may seem. Additionally, expressing gratitude to others strengthens our relationships and creates a ripple effect of positivity. When we acknowledge and appreciate the contributions of those around us, we build trust and foster a sense of community. This aligns with Stoic principles of mutual respect and interconnectedness, emphasizing the importance of gratitude in nurturing meaningful connections. Number 9. Maintain humility. Humility is a virtue that anchors us in authenticity and wisdom. It is the quality of recognizing our limitations and remaining open to the lessons life offers. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, eloquently captured the essence of humility in his reflection, "There is no easy way from the earth to the stars." This metaphor reminds us that the path to growth and understanding requires acknowledging our humanity and embracing humility as a source of true strength. At its core, humility is about having a realistic assessment of ourselves and our abilities. It involves an honest acknowledgement of both our strengths and weaknesses. When we practice humility, we cultivate a mindset that values learning and growth over pride and ego. Instead of seeking validation or recognition, we prioritize self-improvement and the well-being of others. Seneca's words encourage us to embrace humility not as a weakness but as a pathway to genuine strength. Just as there is no shortcut to reach the stars from the earth, true growth and mastery in life require patience, perseverance, and a willingness to learn from our experiences and from those around us. Humility fosters a sense of interconnectedness with others and promotes empathy and compassion. It allows us to recognize the inherent worth and dignity of every individual, regardless of their status or achievements. By approaching interactions with humility, we create space for meaningful connections based on mutual respect and understanding. Moreover, humility serves as a safeguard against arrogance and hubris. When we remain humble, we are more receptive to feedback and constructive criticism. This openness enables us to continuously refine our skills and perspectives, contributing to personal and professional growth. In Stoic philosophy, humility is intertwined with wisdom and self-awareness. It encourages us to strive for excellence without succumbing to vanity or excessive pride. By embracing humility, we cultivate a balanced perspective on success and failure, recognizing that both are part of the journey toward becoming our best selves. Practicing humility requires a deliberate effort to listen attentively, admit mistakes, and celebrate the accomplishments of others. It involves setting aside our ego and prioritizing collaboration and collective progress. By doing so, we contribute to a harmonious and supportive environment where everyone can thrive. Number 10, live in accordance with nature. Living in accordance with nature is a fundamental principle in Stoic philosophy, emphasizing alignment with reason, virtue, and the natural order of the universe. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher,